Well, that's Miguel.
That's Miguel, sorry.
The Prowler is like... Hi, I'm Phil Lord.
And I'm Christopher Miller, and these are our film firsts with BAFTA.
I hope that it comes out of our hands.
Or our mouth.
Wow. The first film I ever saw in a cinema.
Yes.
I think it's Star Wars 1977. But I think it was the re-release in like 79.
I also was Star Wars was my first that I saw, but I don't remember it because I was too young to remember. My first raw memory of being in a movie theater was E.T., where I cried, sobbing in the theater and being very embarrassed and afraid that people were going to see me crying.
What did you do to cover it up?
I was like, I'm fine, it's fair, don't look at me.
You just, it was some very spicy popcorn that you had.
Yeah,
probably.
I hate that spicy popcorn.
Yeah.
Is there any element of Star Wars or E.T. in Project Hail Mary?
I mean, there's certainly an element of E.T. in this film.
A friendship between a human and an alien.
Yeah, the difference is that it's about an adult who experiences friendship with an alien.
And it's in space also.
It's also set in outer space. We often say that the movie is answering the question, can adult men make friends? And the answer is maybe if the fate of the galaxy depends upon it.
You gotta watch the film to find out.
You gotta watch a friend. Yeah. I don't want to spoil the suspense.
Yeah.
I can't remember the first film that reduced me to tears because I'm too much of a cry. No, I don't know. I actually can't remember.
Because I'm a cyborg and I bleed paste.
And I bleed paste. This is how I reveal it to you. I don't know. I cry ceaselessly.
You do cry
now.
In movies.
I watched Lilo and Stitch on a plane. I cried the entire time.
Also on a plane, you're very susceptible.
You're at altitude, yeah.
The first film I saw at a young age that I definitely should not have seen. The one that comes to mind is I was about 9 years old and I saw a VHS of The Killing Fields, which is not for children.
No. What did it do to your little brain, Chris?
I was severely traumatized by that. I'm trying to Poltergeist also was another one that I saw at a young age that I couldn't sleep for 3 days.
Really?
But Killing Fields was just, what am I doing watching this movie?
I want to know what what were the circumstances? Did your parents come in and say, hey, I've got a great film to share with our children?
There was a video store that opened up in our town.
Okay.
And it was like a tradition that we would go and get one. And then we were like, oh, I heard this was good.
Really? You self-selected The Killing Fields.
I didn't know what it was about.
Why not? It's right in the title.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. I'd say that the most inappropriate film I saw at a young age was Harold and Maude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At the age of about 11.
Right.
About the
there's a large age gap in that romance.
Yes, a sexual relationship between a young man and an 80-year-old woman.
I showed that movie to my nephews a few years ago because I was like, this is one of my favorite movies. You really should see it. And then once they realized, they were at first they were horrified, but then they were like, okay,
they got it.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, Harold and Maude, I was 11, but my sister was 7.
Right.
And we watched it together. It became one of my favorite films.
The first film I was obsessed with was Singing in the Rain because that's what I had a VHS copy of the very first.
I can do you one better, an even more classic film.
Yeah.
The film I was obsessed with was the Robert Altman Popeye.
There you go.
I also had a video cassette. We taped it off of HBO.
Nice.
And it was on a translucent blue tape.
Yes, nice.
Did you have one of those?
Oh yeah.
And so and it was missing the first 10 minutes or something like that.
Oh, start it.
Yeah. It's a movie where you can really see the cocaine that people were on. But for some reason, I became obsessed with it, and I still love that movie. It's got great songs. Harry Nilsson,
So does
right?
Singing in the Rain, by the way.
So does Singing in the Rain. 2 great musicals. Classic Hollywood musicals.
The top 2.
The 1 and 2, they're like LeBron James and Michael Jordan. No one can ever decide which of those 2 Hollywood musicals is superior.
first character I was obsessed with was the Count Von Count from Sesame Street.
Oh.
I had a Count stuffed animal and puppet, and I would listen to the Count Counts record as a small child.
I always thought the Count would make a great personal trainer.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. He could just, the problem is, like, you would get in such great shape because he would never stop counting.
There you go.
I would say I have a much less interesting answer.
That was interesting?
Yeah.
It
To me,
true.
it was.
It was
Chris,
just true.
The first character I was obsessed with was Spider-Man.
Nice.
We would play in preschool. We would play like superheroes, and I always wanted to be Spider-Man. And I would take Dixie cups and punch out the bottom, and put them on my wrists like they were
you sure you weren't
web
being
shooters.
Wonder Woman?
That was the great thing is that when you could switch,
Swap it out.
switch to and block bullets also.
How was your thwip?
Oh, you've got a great whip.
I've got a great whip because it's about you gotta, it's in the wrist. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta throw it out there, you know?
Yeah.
A favorite Spider-Man villain? Ooh.
I would say the Hypno Hustler.
Good pull.
Pretty good.
My new favorite Spider-Man villain is the Swiss Miss from the failed musical.
Yeah. We wrote
which
a
I never
part
got
for
to-
her.
We did.
It didn't quite make
No.
make it in the last one.
Our first thoughts when I heard Daniel Pemberton's Prowler score was, oh, that's nice. He was we brought him in from the UK to like really like get through a big chunk of the movie, and he had the office across from the editorial suite that we were basically living in at the time. And we would pop over, and he was like, check this out.
I can't remember when we heard it for the first time, though. I think it was in a demo, and I'm pretty sure, knowing Daniel, he called his own home run and said, this
is
sound, you cannot take this out. This is going to be a winner.
But it has like an elephant in it. It's got all sorts of crazy stuff in it.
I think the minute we heard it, we liked it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You gave us your thwip. Can you give us the Prowler?
Ooh. Well, that's Miguel.
That's Miguel, sorry.
The Prowler is like, it's actually, okay, this is how you find out it was us.
That's right. We are the elephants. We are the elephants.
In Daniel's phone.
What was your first reaction to hearing "My name is Jeff"?
It was at the table read.
That's right.
It was.
Yes.
What did the stage directions say?
It said bad Borat voice.
and it crushed.
Everybody in the room died laughing, and we're like, "Oh, look at that! That's gonna work."
I guess it's staying. I
didn't
think I
realize
was like,
it
I don't know if this is gonna work.
Yeah, we did definitely not realize it was going to become a meme because it was still the dawn of memes.
I believe that is a Michael Bacall special, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
I definitely didn't write it.
Yeah.
Because I was mystified by it until it worked.
What was the first film or TV show you saw that made you think, I want to do that, I want to make film?
When I was young, I loved The Dick Van Dyke Show, which was
What year were you born in?
Well, it was
With the Singing in the Rain.
Listen, I'm an old soul.
Okay.
But I watched every episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show multiple times, and
You're looking great for 70.
Why, thank you. It was about a comedy writer. He wrote a sketch comedy show, and half of the show was in the writers' room of this comedy show, and I was like, I could do that. I want to do that.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great. I have a wonderful uncle, my Uncle Carter, and he made an independent film in Central Florida in 1980 called The Enchanted. And it is like in the tradition of like Florida swamp horror creature features. And it is beautiful to look at. And it was the first time I understood that a film had a person making it. It was I showed my entire first grade class the movie. It was wildly inappropriate to show to children. It was like basically an R-rated movie, but I was like, my uncle made this, and the teacher seemed to not be paying attention.
They're like, oh, thank God I don't have to do
A lot of
this."
people had an awakening during the film.
There you go. So first quote or moment. You know, the one that comes to mind is one of the other VHSs I had was Wizard of Oz, and when she said, "I'll miss you most of all, Scarecrow," I always thought that was funny because she was saying it in front of the other ones, people, and I was like, "It's kind
It
of
is
a mean
rude.
thing to say."
I'll miss you most of all.
Right? Like, jeez. The Tin Man's like, "I just got a heart and you just broke it."
I know. That's. She missed the Tin Man most of all?
No, the Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow.
The first one
I
she
think
met.
the Scarecrow is all right.
Scarecrow's great. I love the Scarecrow.
She's like, I've known you the longest.
Right.
I've known you for
a few hours longer than I've known the Tin Man.
Gosh. I'm trying to think of the thing that I remember. I had one and then I forgot
Sorry,
it.
I
Did
blew
your
it.
Sweet.
I blew it with my
Good
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, pass.
What was the first thing you shot for Project Hail Mary?
The first day
Fun
of
fact.
shooting. Yeah, the first day of shooting was him waking up. The very first scene.
We tried to shoot the movie in order as much as we possibly could. So the first shot that you see in the film is the first shot that we shot.
Yeah.
Ryan, upside down.
Yeah.
The first assembly of Project Hail Mary could not be more different than the final cut in that it is unwatchably long.
It was almost 7 hours of an assembly,
And
we
no human being has ever seen it.
beginning to end. We would watch. We were like, okay. The editor was like, "This isn't an edit. It's just like all of the improvs and every like entrance and exit. Every scene's the longest version of itself." And then we would watch it in like hour-long chunks over a week, and then be like, "Okay, we can get rid of all this garbage. We only need to do this thing once." And then
It took like 3 days to cut 2 hours out.
right. So yeah. So and I don't think anyone should ever watch it.
No.